Hi, I'm Emilia from Onelife Training. We are looking at some common questions and things that repeatedly come up that people are looking to understand a little bit better. And we've looked at, in some of these little clips and videos, about recovery positions or safe airway positions for adults. And we've also looked at variations in terms of whether you suspect a spinal injury. We haven't looked at infants, so infants being 0 to 1s, and how we would put them into a safe airway position if they were unresponsive but breathing. So there's a couple of options. The first one I'll deal with, I think, is probably less likely because it's more intuitive to want to hold the infant, but you might be in a position where you need to place them into a cot or a flat pram or on the floor if there's no other option. With a baby, they need to be on their side, slightly over. We do not want the face into the hard surface, we want them on the side. We remember with paediatrics that the head wants to be in neutral, so the back and the spine are aligned. That baby is not going to stay in that position on its own because it might flop forward or flop backward. So we need to put something here and here. There's a little saying, teddy to tummy, blanket to back. Doesn't have to be a teddy, doesn't have to be a blanket, but something that is going to stop that baby from rolling backwards or forwards. So keeping it in that neutral position, I'll show you here. So we don't want the head tipping backwards, neutral like this, slightly over. More likely though, you're going to want to carry that infant because you're probably moving with it somewhere to A&E or to get to a phone. So I want to be able to see the infant's face to make sure that they are still breathing, and I want to make sure they're in a position where if they were to vomit or bleed from the mouth, or that that they could evacuate that safely, and to make sure that the tongue is not going to block the airway. So I'm going to put my arm through the legs of the infant and down the back. I'm going to use my other hand to support the head and the back in a neutral position, and that baby's facing me. I'm going to have them against my chest so I can support them because they're going to be quite heavy. And I'm going to have them turned in towards me and slightly down. And so here I've got this infant, I can carry along, I can look at the face, and if they were to vomit, it's going to come out of the airway.